Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Sheree B. Chicago. I'm coming to you with another video. I was thinking of going live. I may still go live later on today, debating on or depending on how I'm feeling. But I'm dropping this video right now because I wanted to talk about something that's going on in the YouTube streets right? The YouTube streets that you Facebook people may not know about. And all you YouTubers who are tuning in, if you haven't heard, you're about to find out. There is a guy by the name of Glendon Cameron, who is a millionaire and admitted some things that will make you feel uncomfortable. Just watch.
I could have been a predator. And I am a little sympathetic to R. Kelly. I know that sounds really, really crazy, but hear me out. I guess I need to start with what I've done.
You see how it started off? Now, I want you to keep in mind that he was 34 years old at the time that he is referring to. 34 years old. Pay attention.
When I was doing my Craigslist protocols hot and heavy, I would get a ton of high school girls answering my ads. And typically, I ignored them. Because even though I have a similar appetite to R. Kelly, I like young women. But I don't like children. But this is how a child tricked me. Typically, they would be young. There would be lots of signs that this girl was very, very young. And I would just ignore them. Then this one girl, she answered the ad. We started to talk. And she was an exceptionally mature 17-year-old. Let me say this again. This chick was 17. Her conversation was different. She actually was a hairdresser. And she answered my ad. And I picked her. And oh my God, she had these amazingly firm double D titties. That should have been my clue. Because when she would lay on her back, they would stand up. And they were not fake titties. That should have been my clue. But, I was caught up in the delicious. And she did everything I wanted her to do.
Now, don't you guys notice how comfortable he is talking about having sex with her? And then after he found out she was 17, he kept having sex with her. He doesn't sound that remorseful for having sex with a kid now, does he? Now, cut some of it out, right? And some of it I didn't feel we needed to get into. But here's the part that I want you guys to really pay attention to about how he compared himself to R. Kelly. That part, just pay attention.
R. Kelly and I are similar, but we're very different. Because I have safeguards. I know when I'm getting out of control. And I kind of ran analysis on this. And she was older. Her parents weren't breathing down her neck. And this is how a lot of young girls end up with older dudes. Their parents are not heavily involved in their lives, where they have the time and the freedom to get away with this stuff. And her parents didn't check her. She'd go out. She'd spend the night out. Her parents were like, she came home alive. Cool. Her parents were not on her. So I didn't have to worry about catching a charge from the parents. And once again, we just kept doing our thing from 17 to 22. I fucked this chick for 5 years. And I ain't ashamed at it at all. She was willing. She wanted it. And here we come to R. Kelly. R. Kelly is being portrayed as a predator, right? Did he hold a gun to these women's heads?
Now, there are a few things that I wanted you guys to pay attention to. How he wanted to start off by saying he doesn't like the phrase predator, that R. Kelly is being painted as a predator. When even you as yourself use a predator's mentality to describe the things that were happening in your personal life. How you said that because her parents were not prominent and weren't on her, you were able to get away with what you were doing. As you said, you were able to not get caught. Yet you were not a predator and you didn't think anything was wrong with what you were doing. These kind of things right here is the very reason I had an issue with everyone saying free R. Kelly. Am I the only one that saw it as a beacon for other people like Glendon Cameron to come out? Because then you are allowing them or telling them, letting them know in your own subliminal way that it's okay for you to pray against our young girls. It's okay. Because R. Kelly can do it. Free him. To me, it was a beacon. And here come Glendon Cameron just putting a video out there saying, hey, I have the same similar appetite. What? And then he had a lot of people who was down with what he was saying and didn't find anything he said disgusting, who had his back. And he said this was an experiment? Nah. I truly believe that he put out another beacon to help find other people who may be doing the exact same thing he is, in my eyes, still doing. I believe he still has this appetite, that he is still out here praying for your young girls. This video got way worse because he talked about taking virginities, taking young girls' virginities and everything. Talked about, and that was with a mother who advised and coached her girls to perform oral sex on him, and they all had sex together and the mother was coaching them. Oh, this video got bad. Him getting pictures and nude pictures from a 15-year-old. This got bad. But the sexual appetite is the one that I really wanted to pay attention to. To me, America, we are way too open and free with this sex thing. Women want to be sexually liberated, and men want to be able to freak who they want to. Sounds like a lot of lack of discipline and responsibility for what sex is. I don't know how far people are willing to go with their sexual appetites, but this free R. Kelly thing started something. I could even get into how we don't protect our young girls, which is why he was able to do what he did. And we don't pay attention to our children, and the village is no longer around, so kids are able to do whatever they want to, and the village is not paying any attention. I could talk about that as well. And why these children are being victims of sex and being violated and introduced to sex at your early age too soon, and how maybe that may have birthed R. Kelly or Glendon Cameron. These are the kind of things that that we need to talk about and actually pay attention to. So when you're talking about free R. Kelly, remember what you are saying. Think about what you are actually saying. Because R. Kelly is one of a million. And I know a lot of you guys have little girls that said this. Be careful. Be extremely careful. Because this world is grimy. And it's our children that pay the price for the things that we don't pay attention to. I'm out. I love you guys. Y'all know I do. But I had to put this out there. Because this type of conversation, to me, was oh so necessary. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.